Boy, we love our quarterbacks. So you take this wherever you want because you got the combine, we got the draft, we got free agents. It's all about the quarterback.
Even if you get a franchise tag, I mean, Lamar Jackson, I think, is going to make $32.4 million this year, and that's if there's another team that's not willing to pay him more if they make a trade with Baltimore. Listen, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this with a lot of quarterbacks who really haven't accomplished anything yet. I mean, we're talking a lot of quarterbacks getting paid high money and haven't gotten a conference championship games. There's about 4 or 5 that you can rip off the top of the head. That being said, that is the market and where we are, and it will hurt these teams down the line if they're not able to draft well and get players at a bargain somewhere down the line, because you know the cap hit hurts the most. So I like it. It's fun and drama-filled. We'll wait and see. As of right now, we don't know where Aaron Rodgers is going. I don't think Aaron Rodgers knows where Aaron Rodgers is going. I don't know where Aaron Rodgers knows where he is right now. So
You're the New York
see.
Giants guy. Give me the short story on Daniel Jones. Do you like it?
I will like it. I will live with it. I did not want him at that price, but that's the price we have now. I can't argue that. Let's see in September, because there's a lot to build off of this. And oh, by the way, Philadelphia still has Jalen Hurts and, Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot in that league. So he got the money. I can't get mad, so I'll live with it.
They paid Daniel Jones all that money to be arguably the 4th best quarterback in his own division. But that's a whole other argument there. And you know it too. Like you can
I do know it. I do.
I'm
going to be very upset in October, but that's the way it is.
I find it interesting that this is one of the best free agent quarterback classes we've seen this offseason in a long time. I know Aaron Rodgers isn't a free agent, but he could be on the move. Lamar Jackson isn't a free agent, but he's available now with that non-exclusive tag. How about Jimmy Garoppolo? Just a couple of seasons ago, took his team to a Super Bowl. Looked like he was going to be able to do it again last season. He's a free agent, and he's like the 4th or 5th name that gets brought up here. I don't understand what the Jets are doing, putting all their eggs in one basket here with the Aaron Rodgers thing. I'll get to that more in unfinished business. I don't get the non-interest, it seems, of Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm very interested to see if he ends up on a team that is somewhat of a contender, because if you don't have a team around Jimmy Garoppolo, he does nothing for you. But if you have a roster that's ready to go, and there are a couple of teams that are just a quarterback away, Jimmy Garoppolo can be that piece that pushes you over the top. And I can't believe I just said that out loud.
I want to talk a little bit about the combine. And we were talking earlier, like, oh my God, like they got their own record book for the combine. And I saw somebody, I didn't look at it, I saw somebody posted the all-combine team. So you got this Anthony Richardson coming out of the University of Florida, the next Josh Allen. And the thing, I get a kick out of this because that's always a comp. There's always a great comp. He's the next Josh Allen because they're roughly the same size. But no one ever says he's the next Nate Sudfeld, who's in the league with the Detroit, 6'6", guy's 230, another big guy. Don't do that.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Zach Wilson destroyed the combine for me. Because I think what happens is you go to these combines, you see somebody, they jump off the page. They're unbelievable. They play at this school, they play at that school. Look at the numbers. And then, of course, they get drafted and they go to a system. Somehow a team decides, you know what, they're going to be the franchise savior. It doesn't work out. And then you get this bust of a player who just really needed an opportunity to play in the right system. Geno Smith, shout out to him, now being in the right system going forward. So is it okay not to like anybody in the draft? Is that okay now? Because I'm not quite sold on anybody yet. There is no drop number 1 quarterback in the draft.
Listen to how bitter he is because of what his football team did this week.
Is that where this is coming from? Nice shirt too, by the way. Giants blue.
I'll put it this way. At one point, the record holder for most bench presses in combine history was a man named Leif Larson, who was a defensive end. I believe he was from Iceland.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, you know why? Because he was a Buffalo Bill for a little while, as you very well know. Right now, he's a professional wrestler back in his home country. So that tells you what the numbers at the combine are going to tell you. Look, these GMs know when they walk in. And if they don't know and they're swayed by what they see physically at the combine, that's not a GM who's going to have a job for much longer.
But they are. It seems like they are. They fall in love with these guys.
Hey, man.
And they really move up the draft.
Unless those guys were already there in the first place, it's hard to tell because all we get are what the folks at ESPN are projecting, what they believe, right?
Well, we got Vegas, too. I mean, Vegas cut the odds on Richardson being the top draft pick by about 90% over the course of the combine.
Then you go with the measurables where a guy says he's 6'1", and he turns out he's only 5'10", and he's not going to get any taller after that. So then you measure how hard he throws the football, how well he's competitive, how well he studies, all these other different things and measurables. And then you get to the end of the draft where you don't know how they're going to handle money, you don't know how they're going to handle the press, you don't know how they're going to handle the fans, you don't know how they're going to handle anything.
Let's just put it this way. It's so insane that yesterday I heard they were discussing Bryce Young, the quarterback from Alabama. His comp,
The little guy.
Yeah, his comp was Jim McMahon, former quarterback for the Chicago Bears. What do you get out of that in today's NFL? What's the point of even saying that out loud?
That's interesting. He did get a Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it was him that won that Super Bowl and not the greatest running back of all time, the greatest defensive of all time, right? I mean, come on.